This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so just to give a recap of what we have seen so far, okay, we have seen the basic level, but before basic, we have also seen why we have to learn SQL, what was the need for the SQL, and we have also seen the installation. Then slowly we started seeing some basics. So what came under basics was just try to write some commands and try to create some table, database objects. Okay, maybe we have seen something with respect to we have seen something with respect to DDL, okay, the data definition language, wherein you will be able to change the structure of a table. You can create it, you can alter it, and you can even drop it. Okay, after that, what we have seen is something you play with the data, you insert it, you update it, and you delete it. Remember, these are the three operations which can be rolled back. You can retrieve back any mistake you make. You can always go and get the previous data back. So that is the one advantage of DML. Okay, now DCL, as I told, it will be like a manager and an employee hierarchy. Someone who wants to restrict the table, maybe he will be giving the revoke, he will be taking the access, or maybe if you want to get the table access, he will be giving the grant access. Okay, so this is what we have seen. And finally, we have seen something called TCL. This is where it was very important how you can retrieve back the data. So we have commit, which you are for committing it. If you commit it, that is all it is. It is going and so saving in the database server. You cannot do anything. Coming to rollback and save point, rollback is like you can just roll back to something like previously what transaction was there. It's like control Z in the transaction. And save points is like here and there you plug some flags telling that I will be saving this, I'll be saving this, I'll be saving this. It will tell us where to roll back to certain position. Okay, so this is what we have seen. Okay, so one of you had asked me like how to rename a database. Okay, rename a table is possible, but renaming a database something which even I was thinking, this is a syntax actually. The line number 19 is a syntax. Even we tried on the that day itself, but I don't know who asked this question. Maybe I'll just try to get your names in next 1 week. I'll be able to get your names. And but one question which I got was how to rename a database. The rename database option is been removed from the MySQL. This is what I've done research and I've got this as an answer because due to some security purpose, they are not able to change the database name. Once you create it, you'll be maintaining the same database. But if you don't like it, maybe you can drop it and then maybe you can recreate it. But something which I have observed is this is a command actually, but what they're telling is it was available in the older version, but now they are telling that has been removed from all the newer versions to avoid security risk. So this is something which even I was like I was also thinking why the syntax was not working, since we have installed MySQL newly, like even it is updated, so that is something which is not available. Okay, so this is one thing. But tabling you can rename, the table, you can rename any other object as well, but database is something they have restricted it, right? So this is what one thing which I wanted to tell. Now in today's session we will go and learn some new concepts. Okay, so what we will do is we have something called data types. Okay, you learn any language, you have to know some data types. Okay, so this is something which I would say that whether you will learn any language like Java, .NET, SQL, anything it is there, Python, even Python, if you go with data types, is something which is like you have to know it what exactly is a data type. So if you created a table, okay, I've told what is this int. Okay, like maybe I've told you this is all data types. When you're creating a table, it should be like column name data type, column name, data type, column name, data type. But what is this data type? What is this data type? This is what we are going to see in today's session. But again, what I would say is data types is something a bit of theory part, right? It is completely theory, like what type of data types is available, what is that number, how you can store the data. It is something with respect to I would say it's completely with respect to theory. So what we will do is we will learn every data type one day, since it's a theory class. Okay, moreover we will be involving with a practical session. So what we will do is we'll keep this slide open always, and these are all the data types. Every day one we will learn, so that it will not be boring, because it is completely a theory session. So what we will do is, for today we will learn only one data type, and we will move to the practical session, right? So tomorrow again we will go with data type. So something we will learn every data type one day. This will actually make you to feel better with respect to data types, as well as we will be concentrating on other topics. Okay, so this is something which we will follow. For that, what I will do is a simple table I will create a simple table. Let us say I will create a simple table. Okay, for this table, let us say I will go and create a table. Okay, and I will select start from phone numbers. I've got name, phone number. I've got name, phone number. Right, now what is happening, the table consists of only name and phone number, nothing else. But phone number I have given as integer. Int stands for integer. Int stands for integer. Okay, now after creating it, now I will try to insert the values. Line number 9, I'm just inserting my phone number. Okay, so line number 9 is where something I'll be inserting my phone number. Let us see what happens. The moment I click this spark button, I get a error message telling that out of range values for column phone number. Very simple. I created an integer data type phone number, but the message which I got when I'm inserting the phone number is something, it is telling out of range values of phone number. Why? Okay, then what we will
We
go
need to
and research,
duplicate that.
what we will go and see is why this is not working. Why is this not working? Okay, then I understood that, okay, the data type, that is integer, the data type integer is not having a proper space for this. Like, you should be having some space for it, but this space is not fitting the phone number. Okay, then I analyzed it. Then we went here. Okay, then we went here. What I observe is, okay, in the integer data type we have all this type of sub data types. Okay, so try to understand. This was my integer data type. This was my integer data type. In this integer data type we have many sub data types. We have something called tiny int, we have something called small int, medium int and big int. Okay, and just don't get confused with the numbers. No one is going to ask you, or you need not remember any of these numbers. Okay, you need not remember any of this numbers, not required. They're not going to ask you anything related. What is the size, what is the difference between int and medium int? No, nothing. In real time, even you will not be a person to create a table as well. You will not be doing it. You are all Power BI developer. Okay, but you have to know how the table was created, how they load it, everything you have to know it. That is the reason we are following the process. But what you have to do is, when you see this integer, okay, let us observe the integer. This is an integer which I gave as a data type for my phone number. Okay, the minimum number that can fit will be this one. The maximum number that can fit is this one. Let us take a scale. So this is a 0, this is a negative scale, this is a positive scale. Okay, the value that fit is this is a last negative number it can fit. This is a last positive value that can fit with respect to integer data type. I just gave integer my phone number. Okay, so let us do one thing. Let us go and make note of it. So what is the number? 214 214 748 3647 3647. This is the last number you can fit in int data type. This is the last number you can fit it in data type. But what was my phone number? It was starting with something called this. This was my phone number. This is a 10-digit number. This is a 10-digit number. My phone number is a 10-digit number. But what exactly happening is only 2 series will be accepted if the phone number is in the 2 series. But in India, we have 9 series. We started with 8 series. We have in today we have till 6 series. Okay, even that 6 series also will not be able to fit in this int data type, because int data type supports this is a maximum number. That is what MySQL documentation tells. Okay, if this is not possible, you can always go and use the next one. You can always go and use the next one. So what is this big int? It will store a bit more than the integer. What is a minimum value and what is a maximum value? Even the system also were not able to calculate. Just they have given 2 to the power of 63 minus 1. Like it's like 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into, it is like 63 times. And minimum, again, as again I told, this will be the minimum value that it can fit. This will be the maximum value it can fit. Okay, so since integer was not able to fill my phone number because this was a minimum size, I can always go and give the phone number as big int, because this supports a bit of higher version. Maybe see, this is a storage byte. This storage with respect to 4 bytes. This is double. This is double. 4 into 2, 8. So 8 bytes of information it can store it. Okay, now let us see whether it will work or not. I'll go here. So phone number is something which I was not able to insert it. I was getting an error, out of range. You can just zoom it and you can see the error. Something which did not work for us was out of range for phone numbers, because 9 series is there. I gave int. It was not working. Okay, so what I will do now? I will create one more table, and this time I will create phone number as big int. I'll give the phone number as big int. Okay, now here it was integer, it did not work. Now I will give big int. Now I will drop and create it. Now if I go and select it, the structure is available. Now I'll go and insert it. The value is inserted, the record is inserted. Now you can go and see that phone number has been inserted.
Hello,
Let
Pankaj.
us, yes,
Instead of int, we can use number also, no?
we'll come back to that. First, we are just using integer. What is that integer value we have seeing here? Okay, so
Okay.
for example, here we are seeing the integer data type. In this integer data type, we are using int, which was not able to, I was not able to fill the phone number. Okay, so then I am going and using big int. Big int is like a bit of higher space. For that space, we are able to store the phone number. Okay, suppose tomorrow there comes a US number, US person. Okay, in that US person, let us say I'll be able to store some US numbers. Let us say I'm not sure, but in US I think it is like 12 numbers, something like this. Okay, now if I insert, still I will be able to insert. Even though it is 12 digit, still I will be able to do it, because assuming that big int will always store huge data, that is, it is going to store 8 bits of data. The minimum and maximum value is, it's going to be minus 2 to the power of 63 to the 2 to the power of 63 minus 1. This is a number, so obviously you can go and use this big int for the phone number. Okay, I've demonstrated a simple example where this integer I was not able to run this because this was my minimum, this was a maximum number that I can store in int, but now I have to store this. I can easily go and get it with respect to big int. Using big int, I can store a huge data with respect to the integer data type. Okay, now come back to this. Okay, come back to this. So this we have seen, this integer data type and big int integer data type, these are the sub data types for the integer. What we are seeing is, this is a minimum value, this is a maximum value, this is a minimum value, this is a maximum value. Okay, now when you come for the how much space it is occupying, okay, let us say I'll draw with scale. This is 0. Okay, so let me explain this first. Tiny int. Okay, so tiny int, it is storage is one byte. Okay, the storage is 1 byte, but if I go and see, the minimum number that I can store is minus 128. The maximum number I can store is 127. So it will continue like 1 2 3 4, it will continue. This will be like -1 -2 -3. Okay, so this is a minimum number that I can see here, minimum value sign, and this is a minimum value, a maximum value sign. But how much space I can fill? It will be this plus this, it is 255. 255 numbers I can fill. That is the meaning of this. Okay, so again and again I'm telling, no need to remember any number. No one is going to ask you what is the maximum size, minimum size. No one is going to ask you. It is all just like you are creating, but in the real time, you are not the person who is going to create the table. There are table developers, like they will be creating the develop with respect to the business, what type of table is required, everything they are going to do it. You need not worry, but you have to know what are the things maybe it is available. This is fine, this is more than enough. If it integer is not working, go for big int. If integer is not working, go for big int. Okay, now this is what the number says. This 255 stands for the complete number. The same thing applies. Let us say there's one more scale. In this scale, for the small int, let us assume minus 32,768 was my minimum number, and maximum number was something like 32,776. And how much space you can fill? Year and from year to year. That is my 65,500. Okay, so this is something you can think over it. But what I will tell is, for everything, don't waste the space. Okay, the data is growing huge. Why are you using, see, for everything, if you give big it will work. Irrespective of whether it is something like anything, you just go and give big it, everything it will fill. You will never get any issue. But the thing is, always you have to optimize the space. Okay, let us say I want to store something called age. What do you think minimum age you can store? 0. Maximum you will find a people with 120 years. After 120 years, do you find anyone? Just with respect to 120, I can go and use this tiny int, because maximum itself is 127. I will not find any of them above 127. I can go and use my age. If I'm using age as a column, I can go and use tiny int as a data type. Why I'm using integer, why I'm using big int, other things will be empty, like the space will be allocated for this, but in turn it's a very small number. You can just go and use int, tiny int, rather than going for big int, you can just go for age, you can go with a tiny int. Okay, so this is an example I'm giving. If something it is like age, don't waste the space by giving big int because the number is huge. Can you guess anyone age will be like this? Definitely not. Then why are you giving integer? Go and give tiny int. Just remember what type of data type, maybe a small one, age is a very small number, go and give tiny int. Okay, so I will ask you a question now. For small int, give me any example. This could be the minimum value, this could be the maximum value. What type, give an example, what I can use it for this type of column.
For student IDs.
Student ID, okay, very good example. Student ID. Okay, so id will be somewhere like between 0, it will start with 1 2 3, okay, and it will continue. Maybe I will let us assume that we will not have any student who is more than 10k, or maybe 10,000. 10,000 is the maximum number of students in one class. I can clearly go and use small int. In that case, tiny int will not work. If tiny int is there, maximum I can store only 127 members. After that, no. Forget about negative. Age cannot be negative. Student ID cannot be negative. This all you can ignore it. But let's concentrate on this. Something which I cannot use student ID for tiny int. Tiny int only for age related information. Or maybe height. What is your height? It starts with 0, 1.1, 1.2, maximum 8 feet. After that also you will not be like you will not see any person with 8 feet. I can use age, height, something like that. Okay, come for medium int. Any example?
Salary.
Yes, very good example. Salary, we can give a very good example, salary. But how much is this? 83 lakhs. 83 lakhs, 88,000 and like 607. Okay, something like 83 lakhs. 83 lakhs. So I can store maximum of 83 lakhs. Okay, I can practically say that practically no one will get this salary. I can use something called medium int for salary. Accepted. Okay, so salary is something which I can give it. Okay, come for integer.
Price of
For in,
a product.
uh, price of a product. Price of a product I can use this as well, because no
Because
product is greater than 83 lakhs, right?
if we see some of the cars or something like that, we can use it.
Yes, yes. Suppose this is a normal salary of an employee which will be less than 83 lakhs. But if you compare a CEO of the company, CFO of the company, okay, CAO of the company, all these people will be getting 1 crore, 2 crore, 3 crore. So those values I cannot use medium int. I have to go and use integer. Let us say house price, one house will be 80 lakhs, one house will be 90 lakhs, one house will be 2 crores, 2.5 crores. All this value it will not go and sit in medium int. I can go and use integer. Let us go a normal car. Okay, let us say I will be using a normal I will be buying a normal car. Normal car maybe ranges between 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs. What if I go and purchase BMW, or I purchase Audi, which is like 1 lakh, 1 crore, 1 crore. This price, I will not be able to store it in medium int. I have to use big int. Sorry, integer. So integer is maximum. This value is something I can store it. Okay, and one last thing is phone number. Phone number is something integer was not able to fill because it was starting with the 2 series, but my phone number is starting with 9 series. That is the reason maybe I'll go with begin. Okay, so what you can do is you need not remember a values. What is minimum, what is maximum, no one will remember. Even I have never tried to memorize this because they are not going to ask this at all. But try to know what are the integer data type. Okay, maybe tiny int, small int, medium int and big. Keep one example. Okay, age. What age is just a small number, go for tiny int. Go for student ID. No student can be in a class for more than 10,000 members or maybe 20,000 members. Go for small int. Okay, medium int, it could be salary. Suppose salary is more than 83 lakhs of an employee. Go and use integer. In integer, you cannot store a phone number. Go for begin. Try to remember only this. This is more than enough. This is more than enough. Okay, so any questions in this integer data type? Are we good?
Yes, Santosh, we can continue.
Yeah. Now what we will do, there is next set of data types. This will continue tomorrow. So as I told, every day we will learn bit and bit of data types, because since it's completely theory, it's like what is a space, everything. So we'll push that to the tomorrow's class. Okay, now we'll come to the practical session. I will show you one example. Okay, and let's figure it out. What is wrong with this? Okay, for that, a simple thing is I've created a simple table, and that table says customer information. I have ID. Okay, and now you start implementing it. For ID, I can go and use small int. Okay, so what I will do, I will go and use small int, which is, it can be ID is limited. And come for age. If you give integer, it is very huge space. It is around 10 digits starting with 2 series. Not required. Age cannot be greater than 120 in the real time. I can give something called tiny int. And coming to phone number, a normal int will not work. Because the maximum phone number which I've used will be only 2 series, but now I need to store 9 series. Maybe I'll give begin. Okay, now start implementing. Now you know the data type of integer. Okay, now what I will do, I will create this table. Then what I will do, I will go and insert some records. I will go and some 3 records. Okay, the moment I insert some 3 records, I will just a direct insert into customer table values, and I'm having ID, name, address, phone number, everything I am having. Okay, now if I go and select the data, this is what the data is. Okay, now what exactly is happening is, we have an ID, we have the first name of a person, we have is his last name, we have his age, we have his address, location, phone number. I would say that row number 1 is completely fine. I mean, if I'm telling completely fine, I did not find any mistake in the data. Everything is as per standard. Okay, when I mean what is per standard, I will tell you when I explaining the second row. Okay, let us go for the second row. The first thing I'm finding is Have
ID
you
wrong.
ever seen any person with the same first and last name? Have you ever seen
No.
any person name with same first and last name?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Someone is telling yes.
Yeah, myself I'm telling is the thing that, for example, if you take US or UK, there is a first name and last name is mandatory. If a person is having only one single word, for example, Ramesh, without having any suffix or prefix, then the entry should be Ramesh Ramesh. They should be first name as a Ramesh and last name as Ramesh because you don't have any other name. Only one word name is there.
Okay. What about initials, prefix, suffix?
That will come as an initial, right? First name, because these two are the mandatory fields, right? First name and last name is a mandatory field, so they cannot leave that one as a blank.
Okay, maybe I'm not sure about it, but let's consider it in Indian database. If you're going for a school, college, administration, let us assume that a person cannot have same first name and last name. Okay, okay, it's fine maybe with respect to different countries, but let us take a simple example. I would say that there is a error. There is an error. Error number 1. That is first name and last name cannot be same. Now, what is the second error you are finding it?
ID not unique.
ID
It
is
is
not
minus 4.
unique. Yeah. So
It,
the
Yeah,
it
that's
next
is
one,
so
negative.
negative.
yeah, the next one I would find is ID is also same. ID is also same. That means, let us say in your colleges, schools, or with respect to any of the ID, with respect to your data, if two people is having same name, let us say Santosh and Santosh. If two people are having same name, what exactly will happen is this, there will be a problem. There will be a problem telling that each person, how do you specify it? Like you have to give a specification, like a roll number. So you can go with, see, whenever you're talking, please unmute yourself, and whenever you're not talking, please mute yourself because I'm getting a lot of disturbance. Okay. So what I was telling is when two people are having same name, okay, how do you differentiate them? How do you differentiate them? You cannot differentiate with just a name. You should be having something called ID. In a school, college, or exam, maybe you'll be differentiated with, even though if you are same first name, last name, initial, prefix, suffix, everything matches, still you can go and identify with respect to their roll number, university number, and something called register number, everything. Okay, so that is something, there is an error. So error number 1 will be ID is same. Error number 2 is first name and last name is same. What is the third error?
And it is
Age.
a
It is
negative.
minus
Negative
4.
age.
Age is negative.
Negative.
Age is negative, which is practically not at all possible. Age
And address
cannot
also
be,
same.
yeah. So age cannot be same. We'll go to that. Okay. And this one I will give error number 2. I'll put it in a bracket. First name is equal to last name. This is an error. And this I will tell ID. ID is a error. Okay. And now the next one I would say is everyone is staying in the same house or what? Everyone is having same address. You cannot have same address. Error number 4. Error number 4. Address is not different. Okay. What is the error? Next error.
Incomplete
Phone
phone
number.
number.
Phone number.
What is wrong with phone number?
Incomplete.
Incomplete
Incomplete.
phone number.
Incomplete phone number. Okay. I would say that no phone number exists with 5 digit. No phone number exists with 5 digit. Error number 5. Error number 5. That is, maybe I can call it as incomplete. with just one single row, I'm finding it 5 different errors. 5 different errors. Right. Now we'll go to the third one. Let us assume this is a Amazon data. The customer information which I've created it, let us assume it is Amazon data. Okay, let us assume that it is Amazon data. So what do you mean by Amazon data? Customer information. Customer information. Okay, so what I will do now, if you see here, let's go to the third row now. Let us go to the third row now. Okay, to understand the third row, maybe I'll show with an example. I will log in to my Amazon. The moment I log into my Amazon website, try to observe this. It is telling me, hello Santosh. Basically what it means, hello, my first name. Amazon is greeting me with the name. So if you see here, this is a name, that is hello Santosh is something. Actually, it is giving me the greeting. The moment I log in,
Greeting
it
with
is
first
telling,
name.
I'm sorry.
Greeting with first name.
Yes, greeting with first name. Okay, so what it is happening, the moment I log into my Amazon website, it is going to treat me like, it is going to greet me like, hello Santosh. What happens here? One person has never given the first name. He has never given a first name. What will happen on the website? Hello space null, nothing. Nothing will come. If there is no first name here nothing it will come. You will never see anything. Don't you think there is a mistake? Don't you think there is a mistake? Someone has not entered anything for their first name. It is blank. In the real time, what will happen? It is going to greet you with the first name. If you don't have a first name, the application looks too bad. Hello, why he is calling hello? He is not even calling. He is like hello null, hello space. Something will come which is not in a readable format. I would say for the third row, again there is an ID problem. ID is duplicated. Okay, error number one, ID problem. First name actually is null. Okay, any other issues?
The age is not appropriate. It
Address.
maybe it is not. It should be something greater than 18 or something like that.
Exactly. If you want to use Amazon website, Amazon is giving a restriction. You have to be minimum of 18 years. See, this is acceptable. It is positive when compared to this. This is acceptable. It is positive, but still, this is not the age where you can start creating your own account with respect to Amazon. Amazon expects you should be having minimum of age greater than 18. What is the next error?
Same address.
Incomplete mobile
Address.
number.
Yeah. Address
Same
and
address we have.
yeah, address and phone number. This I would say these are the few errors. Okay. First thing was very much good. First row was very much good. ID was unique. Name, first name Dinesh is there. Last name J is there. And comfort, age is there. Address is there. India location is there. Phone number is there. Everything is readily available. But now the row number second and row number third is something I am having lot of errors. lot of errors. Now I'll ask you a question.
Why
How?
the address is wrong?
I'm sorry.
Why the address is wrong?
Do you think each and every one will have the same door number as well?
But for example, if it is a siblings or something, exceptional case, that there is chances that address is same, right?
Yeah, in that case you can ignore. But yes, as I told, even I own my account with respect to Amazon. My sister also own Amazon account. We both are in the same house. We'll be having, but we are considering at a high level. At least if you're in the same flat, at least if you're on the same floor,
Flat
two
name will
people,
differ.
door number will differ.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that is the reason I'm just asking you. Okay, we'll assume that even if they are staying in the same flat, same floor, the door number will be 31, 32. The door number will be 41, 45. Something will be different. We'll assume that the address is not like addresses, it should be unique, it cannot be same. Okay, so these are the errors which I'm finding out. Now let me ask you a question. How can you fix this? How can you fix this?
For ID, we can use unique constraint.
Okay, so I'm not asking about the unique or something. The concept behind this is we are going to put some restrictions. We are going to put some restrictions, and that restrictions is called constraints. We will see what is unique, what is ID. We will see, but at this point of time, I am going to restrict this table. I'm going to restrict this table. This is a table which I've created for my customer, that is Amazon customer. But the thing is, I will not be able to, I'll be able to insert everything because it's a simple table. People are entering null, people are entering negative number, people are entering incomplete phone number, people are entering whatever they want. There is a problem, but what I will do for this entire table, I am going to put some restrictions. Okay, so if you see, right, in our the way we will take forward always will be, first we will try to understand the problem, then we will go with the solution. Now the problem was, this was the problem, this many errors, this many errors, all this was all my problems. Now we will go and see what is a solution for this. What is a solution for this? That solution, what we are going to see is, we will be going and learning something called constraints. We'll be going and seeing something called constraints. What is constraints? A very simple English word, restriction. Very simple English word, restriction. By using constraints, I can avoid something with respect to data entry problem. As and then when whoever likes, see, that guy who entered, his age would have been 22, but by in while entering it, he entered minus 22. He just spread some number, it came as minus. Practically this should not be accepted. Age cannot be negative, right? So all this type of things we are going to handle by using constraints. Okay, now coming to the constraints, what exactly is a constraint is, it is a restriction added to the table to make sure all this data issues or data problem is avoided, right? So what are the types of constraints is available is, we have almost 6 constraints available in MySQL. Okay, we have almost 6 constraints available in MySQL. Each and every constraint we are going to see step by step. Each and every constraint we are going to see step by step. This constraints, if I implement it on a table, the table, it will not allow all this unwanted records, unwanted mistakes. It's not going to accept it if I put restriction to the tables. Okay, we'll come back to this slide again. Before that, I want to show you one example. Okay, let us take there is a simple table called customer information. There is a simple table called customer information. Okay, what this customer information means is it is having the name, it is having the name, and it is having something called date of registration. When did this person registered with Amazon? Let us see what, when did I register? When did I register? Okay, I'll go here. So this is my Amazon, this is my account. Okay, so if you tell, if it is telling customer since 2015. That means I even don't remember when I opened, but the data is telling, the application it is telling you are a customer since 2015. Almost it's been 6 years. 6 years I'm a member of Amazon. Agree? This is something customer since, maybe I don't have a proper date, but let us assume I registered on January 1st, 2015. This is my date of registration with Amazon. The same thing I am having with respect to different users. When did they register with respect to Amazon? When did they register with Amazon? DOR stands for date of registration with Amazon. Okay, and obviously location, like where they are from. They are from Mysore, Chennai, Delhi, Calcutta, Bangalore. There are different locations. It's just a sample data I've created for manual explanation. Just bear with the example. Name, date of registration, address is something, the customer information. Okay, now what I will do? I will go and buy any product. I will go and buy any product. Let us say I'll buy this phone. Okay, so what I will do, iPhone, I will go and add to the cart. Why there is no button? Currently unavailable. Okay, currently unavailable it seems. We'll go and choose any other product. This one. Okay, buy now option is there. Buy now option is there. The moment I buy, it will go and redirect to my buying page. I have to give all the card details. It will go and it will buy it. Once I buy it, there will be order placed on it. Okay, the same thing. Now if you see, this was the customer information, but what happens, how much sale you have made or how much you have purchased, I will be able to tell in this information. So I showed an example that I am going to purchase an iPhone. The same thing, here is the person, it is the John is there, the John person who has got registered on 2012 and who is from Bangalore, has purchased the iPhone which is worth of $15,000. Try to understand, there are two tables. One is with the customer information, one is the sales information. In the customer information, I am having when did he join the Amazon, when did he, what is address, and what product he has purchased comes under sale. For example, here I purchase this product. The moment I purchase this product with my name, it is going to show us this is a product you have purchased. Very simple. When did I join? 2015. In 2015, I become a member. I will go and purchase one product. So that information, one information is present in the customer information, one more is present in the sales information. Clearly, I can tell that this is what you have purchased, done. Maybe when did I purchase, order date, when it will be shipped, everything else will be there, but I'm making very simple for understanding. Okay, now come for Suresh. Come for Suresh. This is there anyone having any questions? I can see one of you have unmuted it. Okay, so come for the second person. Among this date of registration, the guy who has lastly came into Amazon was Suresh. This guy came in 2012. This guy came in 2014. This guy came in 2012. This guy came in 2008. But one thing which I observe is I am seeing that Suresh is a new person to Amazon. It's just like 1 year back. 1 year back. And to be frank, this guy has not purchased anything so far in Amazon. He was just a member. Even I have not purchased from last 2 years. Okay, so people can be there, people who just created it but they are not using it. There could be chances like that. Suresh is a person who has not purchased anything because I'm not finding Suresh name. Okay, so again I'll delete it. I'll go here. Okay, now if you see, John has purchased iPhone. Suresh is a person who got registered among all the people. He is the last person to register. Is from Mysore. He has not purchased anything. Okay, come for Arjun. Arjun is, I think, is very fond of phones, I guess. This guy who has got registered on 2014 is from Chennai. He has purchased one with a Samsung phone, one with a Vivo phone. This guy is a very active customer. I think he's very fond of mobile phones. He has purchased 2 phones. Okay, now I'm going to ask you a question. There is one Kiran who has purchased MI phone. Can you tell me which Kiran has purchased this? Kiran from Delhi or Kiran from Calcutta? Which Kiran has purchased this?
By using this information, we cannot find which Kiran is purchased. But in the primary key, by using primary key, we will tell about that person.
Okay, we'll see about the second part, but you are telling it is not possible. Okay, you're telling by using this information it is not possible. Anyone who disagrees this, anyone tells me that this Kiran is from Delhi, or anyone tell me that this Kiran is from Calcutta, anyone can tell this it is possible or it is not possible. Forget about the solution. I need a solution whether it is possible or not possible to find out which Kiran is this.
With this
No,
data,
it's
it is
not
not
possible.
possible.
I'm sorry,
With this data, it is
Not
not
possible.
possible.
not possible. Okay, so I've got 2 responses telling that it is not possible. Anyone who tells that this is possible, see, you told for other things, right? You told me for John, you told me for Suresh, you told Suresh did not purchase anything, you told John purchased iPhone, you're telling Arjun purchased 2 phone. When you can tell all this, why are you not telling for Kiran?
There are two customers with the same name.
Yeah. Before that duplication was not happened. Now duplication has happened. So it will be not possible. It is not possible to identify which customer has bought them.
Okay, so till
The
now
data,
you may tell. Mhm.
data duplication is there, right?
Okay, so before that there was something like no duplication, and now it came the duplication. So basically you are telling me that Kiran is something, two Kiran is present with the same name. Now I cannot tell which Kiran has purchased. This is what your argument is. Even I am also telling the same. This information is not sufficient to tell that which Kiran has purchased. As told by one of you previously, there were no duplicates. Easily I was getting know who is John, who is Suresh, who is Arjun, whether they purchased or not. Easily I was able to tell. Now there is a problem. There is one Kiran who has purchased the product, but I don't know which Kiran. Okay, how can we resolve this? A very
And also,
simple. Yes.
we can see two Arjuns there. We cannot find whether those two Arjuns are same or different.
Okay, yes, very good point. You can tell that which Arjun is this. But but can you tell that there's only one Arjun in the database, right? In the complete customer information, I can see only one Arjun. Obviously, that Arjun has to be this person only.
Correct.
Okay, if there is any other Arjun, maybe your problem would be completed. Okay, but very good catch that even Arjun is the same Arjun who has done it twice. It's not two different Arjun. Okay, if you add two Arjuns, like one more Arjun is there. Like for example, let us say I have one more Arjun. This Arjun is from Mumbai. Now you tell me which Arjun purchased Samsung, which Arjun purchased Vivo. Can you tell?
Based on date.
Based on their
Date.
No, open.
date. No, where is the date?
In
Still
these
it is
type of
2000.
situations, we need to use constants.
Yeah, this is where you cannot come up with a solution. You cannot tell which customer has purchased, or you cannot tell which customer has actually did when transaction. You cannot tell this. Okay, there is a problem. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is a very
Even in your
simple
customer information, sorry Sandesh, even in your
uh-huh.
customer information, the Arjun is there, right, in Chennai. Okay. But your sales information is Arjun are there in both. You have two records. Okay, initially, right?
Mhm, mhm.
In,
Initially, okay, let us say
so
you're talking about initial term.
yeah.
Okay,
Now it's because of only one Arjun here, two Arjuns. Now assumption is that the customer who is being registered, only those can undergo the sales. If it is not the case, then it may be more than one Arjun. That is, two different Arjuns may possible in sales information, right?
okay, you tell me one thing. If you have not registered, how will I know your name?
Yeah. No, that
You're
is in the
telling that.
order information.
See, let us say, let us go and see some of the applications. Okay, let us say you have Book My Show, Mintra, everything, where you need not create an account. Directly, you can log in as a guest customer. You can just go the browse the products and you can purchase a product. Okay, let us see if this is possible. If this is possible, okay, I'll go and test it. I'll go to Amazon. I have my name created. Okay, my name is created. I will go and purchase any product. I'll go and purchase any product. The moment I click it, I'll go and add to the cart. Okay, I've added to the cart. Proceed to checkout. Something is there. Okay, it's like session disconnected. So I'll just log in again. Okay, so it is asking me address. So sign in is done. Delivery and payment, place order. The moment I give all the details and I add it, it will be place order will be placed. Okay, now let us do one thing. Let us do one thing. What I will do now is again just going to the same page. Let's do one thing. I'll open one more Amazon.
Do not log into the account, then try self. We'll get.
Yes, I'll go to Amazon. Okay, what I will tell, I will tell Amazon iPhone. Amazon iPhone. Okay, so I'll go and purchase one iPhone. Maybe I'll click this. Okay, now you see I have not signed in. I have not signed in. Okay, still I have not signed in, but I will try to purchase this product. Any guess? Possible or not possible?
Not
Can I
possible.
Not
buy this?
possible.
It shouldn't be
Can I?
possible in Jindal, yeah.
In
It
Amazon, it
shouldn't
is
be
not
possible.
possible.
Yeah,
We
in
should
Amazon,
continue with the guest.
correct. What I will do, the moment I click buy now or add to the cart, what happens is, please go on mute. So if I'm adding to the cart or if I'm buying the product directly, it is throwing me out. It is throwing me out. The moment I click buy now, it is throwing me out of the application. It is going back to my login page. That means Amazon is telling I will never accept your order if you don't have an account created with respect to my customer information. Simple. The moment I clicked it, it is throwing me out of the application. It is again going back to my login page. It is telling that if you want to purchase something, you have to have an order, like customer information, that is login details. If you're not a customer, you are not eligible to purchase anything in Amazon. Now you tell me, is this possible? Where is our Arjun? Now you tell me, is this possible? Can it be a different Arjun?
No.
This Arjun has to be present in the customer information, only then he can purchase it. Okay, this Arjun has to be present in my customer information, only then he can purchase. He is eligible to purchase anything in Amazon only if he is having created an account. Okay, so this is what the link between this table and this table. You can purchase only if you have an account. That means if you are creating an account, you will be giving your first name, phone number, address, everything you will be giving it, then you will be purchasing it. And there is other case. Suresh is a member, he is a customer in Amazon, but it is his wish to purchase or not. It is his wish. Maybe he is not happy with the services, he did not purchase, he is purchasing in Flipkart, but he has created an account. The reverse is possible. You can become a customer and he did not purchase it. Even I am the case. I have never purchased anything from last 1 year, 2 year. I have never purchased anything, but I'm a member. I'm member from 2015. There is chance that you can be a member and if you cannot, you don't need to purchase. But if you are purchasing it, for sure you have to be in the customer information. Try to understand this. This is very, very important. Okay, now as we see, now there was a problem. We'll come back to our topic. Kiran was a problem. What was happening to the Kiran? Kiran was, I was not knowing which Kiran it is. Now I will go and understand that this Kiran, is it from Delhi or it is from Calcutta? There is a confusion. What I can do, a very simple basic concept we are going to apply. If you are in a school, if you are in a college, what if two people having same name? Definitely you will be differentiated with ID. Definitely you will be differentiated with something called registered number, or something with respect to university number, or maybe roll number. Something has to be included along with your name, which is unique ID. That is what we are going to do. Maybe let us say in India. Okay, in India, we have 130 crore people, or maybe 150 crore people. In this 150 crore people, many lakhs of people will have same name. High chances are there. Even the surname also can match, prefix name also can match, initial also can match, everything can match. Okay, but what will happen is each and every one will have unique Aadhaar card ID. No two Aadhaar card can be with respect to same person. Each and every person is having different Aadhaar card ID, or maybe passport ID, or maybe PAN card ID. Every number, it's going to be unique. That is how I will differentiate which person is which. The same concept I'm going to apply here. What I'm going to apply is, I am going to introduce one new column. That column is, I have introduced something called user ID. I'm going to introduce a new concept called user ID. This user ID I have included for respect to one name. Now observe it. Two Kirans are there. One Kiran has been assigned with X004. One other Kiran has been assigned with X005. Now can you tell me which Kiran purchased? Kiran from Delhi or Kiran from Calcutta?
Calcutta.
How are you telling this?
User ID.
User ID.
User ID.
Yes, yes. Rather than mapping with the name, I am mapping with the ID. Clearly in the sales information, I can find that X005 is there, X005 is there. This X005 is something I'm clearly telling that this Kiran has purchased it, and that Kiran is basically from Calcutta because X005 Kiran is this Kiran. So what I'm trying to bring this information is I've added an extra column. Using this extra column, that column is like a unique user ID. Using this user ID, I will be able to get the information. Adding a unique ID, maybe with respect to each and every customer, I can call it as a primary key of the table. Adding one key or maybe uniquely identify each and every row. Put it in this way. Uniquely identifying each and every row is like primary key of the table. Okay, this primary key, I'm referring to the other table. I'm referring to the other table. This becomes foreign key. Using this ID only, I am telling that whether this person has purchased the product or not. I am going to relate this table with the other table. So this is where my primary key and foreign key constraints come into picture. I cannot just tell that, okay, this person is purchased, but who is this person? Where is this X005 is coming from? In this table, if I ask, what is this X003? What is the name of the person? You cannot tell from this table. You cannot tell who is this person only with this table. What is the name of this person? You cannot tell it. But if you go and refer with respect to this ID, I can clearly tell the name of the person was Arjun. Okay, so this is how I can create a link and I can take a reference. Very simple, straightforward example. If two person is having same name, you cannot differentiate which Kiran has purchased. I have added one more column. That column will be unique. Two Kirans will be having two numbers, and that is called a primary key. Using this primary key, I will be taking as a reference, and that for reference I will be calling with respect to foreign key. Okay, one thing observe, very important question. What is the difference between primary key and foreign key? Very important interview question. Primary key and foreign key, they will ask this question. What you have to tell is, what you have to do, like going forward you will be like I'll be telling you how to answer, like what are the things, points you have to remember, what are the points you have to tell, everything I'll be going and telling it. Okay, at this point of time, one thing, can anyone tell me if you have understood primary key and foreign key? You tell me what difference you found out.
Primary key is a unique identifier for a row.
Okay.
And depending on the primary key, the relationship will be defined in another table, that is foreign key.
Primary.
Okay.
Here, primary key cannot be duplicated. I mean, like in one table, only one primary key will be there. I mean, one user ID is there when we compare in these two tables. If we go to sales information table, the user ID can be repeated because he can do many number of sales.
Okay, correct. Yeah, I'll take this. Yeah, any other answer? So what he's telling is, he's telling in this I have a unique ID, but there is a chance that one person could have purchased multiple products. So this person X003 has purchased 3 times, sorry, 2 times. There it is duplicated, but it's fine. But here it's not duplicated. Any other difference?
The primary key will not be null and it will be unique key.
Primary key cannot be null. But are you finding null here?
No.
Maybe you are correct, but at this point of time, it is or not nothing null is there. Okay. Let us say
The two
the
customers can have the same name.
two customers
For
can have.
example, Kiran, but their user ID is different.
Okay. No, I did not get your answer. What you're trying to tell?
In customer information, there may be a chance of having a customers with the same name, but using the user ID, it will differ between the two customers.
Yeah, that is fine. That's why we have created primary key and foreign key, because using the ID as a link, you will be like accessing like what products they purchased. But my question is, what difference you find between these two?
Primary key and parent key is same. User IDs are same. We are with primary key. We are referring to different tables with the same user ID.
Same data between these two, or same column name between the two tables.
Yeah, that is what the link is. From this user ID to that user ID, I've created a link. That is what a primary key and foreign key. But what is the difference? Difference in the sense I'm asking this. If you see, I'm sorry. This if you see, it's like unique.
Primary contains all the registered users.
It consists of all registered users. Okay.
Foreign key consists only sales.
Foreign. Okay, foreign. Here also you have a user ID, right? Those people are already registered. X001 is
Yeah,
already
user ID,
registered.
but we are getting the sales information with related to user ID, what type of product they have buy.
Okay. Okay. Let me tell you what is the difference. What is the difference? The first difference is you are having no duplicates. Even though the name is same, you are having no duplicates. Okay. The first difference is no duplicates. Okay. The second one is this user ID is always coming from the parent table. This is called parent table. This is called child table. Okay, so this user ID exists, or maybe this user ID is informative only if it is existing in the other column. Okay, now let us take very simple example. Let us not talk about Amazon example now. Let us talk about Myntra. Okay, those who don't know Myntra, it is an Indian clothing, online clothing service, something like that. Okay, what you can do is you can go and purchase any clothing without registration. You need not be a customer. You did not be a customer. Directly you can go and buy anything with respect to Myntra. Okay, what will happen? Let us say I purchase like I have purchased some jacket. I purchased for around $10,000. I will not have customer. I will not have user ID. Why? I will not have user ID because I does not I am not at all a registered account holder. Many things are there. Many application supports, like you can just go in, log in, and you can purchase as a guest. You can just go and purchase as a guest. You can do that. I gave a simple example like Myntra. There are many other applications which will accept your details. See, anyway, you go and purchase. See what the Myntra tells. Never mind, wherever you are, if you have not registered also, it's fine. You have to purchase my product. That is how I make money. So it's fine. You created an account or you don't create an account, I don't matter. But you are purchasing my product. I am making good sale. That is more than enough. That is what Myntra will tell. What Amazon was do is If you remember, I still remember in 2016 and 17, lot of complaints were coming in Amazon. Like if you open the box, it will be like something broken phone. Someone was posting in a Twitter that you found some stones in that gift boxes. So you found some broken phones. Okay, you ordered something, the product came something. There was something happening in between shipping and delivery. This was a real challenge with Amazon which faced in the year 2015 and 16. This happened. Okay, if you don't, just go back to the previous news and see that lot of fraud has happened with respect to Amazon. Many will tell, right, if you open it you will be getting a broken product. If you have ordered for phone, you will be getting something else. So this was the fraud that was happening. Some people will order from different guest account from here. Let us say I'm in Bangalore today, I can order any product to any location from this place, and I can give anyone's address. Directly it will go and deliver, but they don't have my information because I was a guest customer. I just logged in as a guest, I purchased it. So this type of frauds were happening. So Amazon strictly told, if you don't have an account, I'm not going to accept your order. This may be not be possible, but in Myntra it can be possible. In Myntra or any other apps it can be possible. You did not have an user ID, you did not have a user ID, but you can still purchase it. The second difference is primary key cannot have nulls, whereas foreign key can be null. In Amazon it was not a possible, but if you take Myntra it is possible. So in general, what is the difference between primary key and foreign key? I can tell that one can accept null and one cannot accept null. This will accept null, this will never accept null. No null. This is what is the difference. Okay, one more difference is there, I will tell you in the coming classes. Okay, so this is, as an interviewer, what I would expect is the difference you have to tell is, you can explain me with an example. Take a simple example, you can explain me, else you can tell me that the primary key is a uniquely identifying each and every row. It cannot have duplicates, it cannot have null. Very simple. If you come for foreign key is already there should be a parent key wherein I'm taking the reference of that parent key and I'll be creating a table. There can be multiple duplication in the sense each person could have made different transaction n number of times. That is why we are finding duplicates. And also it accepts null. Null is like they have made the sale maybe without even registering it, though obviously they will not have any user ID. For sure it is possible, it can accept null. This is what is the difference. Okay, are we good? Primary key and foreign key. Are we good? Can we move forward?
Yes, Santosh.
Yeah. Now we'll go back to our slide number 1. Yeah, this is the slide number 1. Okay, what I will tell is, it was greeting with my name. Hello, Santosh. Okay, it was greeting with my name. This was my first name. So obviously this is mandatory field. I have to give this any point of time so that it will greet me. I have a constraint called not null. This is the first constraint we are going to talk about, not null. What it will do, it will ensure that the column cannot have a null value. You cannot insert a blank. You cannot insert a null at any point of time. Some name you have to give, either at least one single name or some surname or some pet name, something you have to give. And you have to give at least any name. That I'll give it as a not null. The moment I give not null, I will be ensuring that that kernel cannot have a null value. It will never accept null value. That
So
is
I
what
cannot enter the space character. Huh?
you cannot enter. Space is fine, but what I'm doing is I cannot insert any null value.
So what about blank? When you say blank mean?
See, blank name in a sense, suppose you give something like name. Okay, so even this it should not accept it. That is how we are going to change it. Even that is what we have seen here. First name cannot be null, right? So even it should never accept a space, at least that we have to handle it. That we will see in the coding part. Once you have learned this, we will go to the coding part where you will be designing each and every constraint. There you will see it. Okay, now this is something with respect to not null. Now come to unique. Okay, let us say you fill some survey. Okay, so suppose you go to any malls, everything, they will give you like there is a lottery, and maybe you have to fill your name, age, phone number. Name can be same. Two people can have same name. Two people can have same name. Age can be same, or maybe age can be different. Phone number will be different. Phone number will be different. Phone number will be different. Okay, but what you observe here is each and every person is going to have different phone number. Again, same, back to the square one. Two people cannot have same number. Two people cannot have same phone number. Okay, with respect to the complete India data, if you see, if you call any of your friend, only your friend will pick. Someone else will not pick. Sometimes all this cross talks, network problem, everything man occur. But one thing which I'm going to tell you is, if you are going and understanding the math behind it, no one will have two numbers. Like one person, one phone number cannot be shared with two people. Okay, but let us say there is another girl as well. There is another girl as well who is filling the survey. Let us take, her name is Vidya. This is Santosh. I'll have one more. Maybe I'll talk it as Kiran. And Kiran, his age is 29, and his phone number is also starting with something like 74001335. Something is there. This guy gave, like I have given the phone number. Okay, what will he do with phone number? So I don't mind filling the survey. This person who is also with the same name, maybe he is having different phone number. He is also giving it. Kiran is also giving it. But this girl, she will not share her phone number. She will just leave blank. She will just leave blank because she may think that, okay, they will misuse her phone number. Being a girl, maybe they will misuse her phone number. So let us not give that. Let us not give that. That means she will not enter anything. This is what I am calling as unique key. What happens in the unique key? What happens in the unique key ensures all the values in a column are different. Everyone will have different phone numbers. But also understand that some people can also ignore the phone number. They will tell that I'm not interested to share my phone number. It can have null values. This is what it is called. It is unique key. This is what it is called, unique key. It is the same as the primary key, but it can accept null. Some of them cannot give. It's their security. They can tell that, see, you want name, you want age, everything I'm giving. I'm not interested to give phone number. But remember, if I give, it should be unique. I cannot give someone's phone number as a my number. Either I have to give a unique phone number, which is my own phone number, or I can skip it. I can tell that due to security reasons, I'm not sharing my phone number. Done. But if you give it, it should not be any other's phone number. It should be only your number. That is what is called unique. Okay. Now not null is just make sure no one is entering a blank or a null value, and come for unique. Okay. So what is this unique is? Unique is telling all the phone numbers has to be in a like unique, but it can have and accept null values. It can accept null values. Now come for primary key and foreign key. This is what we have learned with an example. Let us see the definition. A combination of not null, that are for sure it should be not null, and unique, and also it should be unique. Combination of this two. That means it will uniquely identify each row, and it cannot have duplicates. It cannot have null values. This no null is nothing but my not null. Okay, so primary key, you have to tell that uniquely identify each row in a table, and also you have to make sure it is unique. Unique means what? Each and every one will be having different ID, and also it cannot be having null. It is a not null, so null cannot be accepted. But if it was a unique key, they will accept it. Like a phone number can be null, but user ID cannot be null. This is what it is, primary key. This is what it is, primary key. Okay, now as I said, when you have a primary key, you should be always be knowing the foreign key as well. So this is uniquely identify a row, a table in another table. I will call this as a child table. This is a parent table, this is a child table. Here I have difference, like duplicates can be there, it can have null values, and it is coming from the parent table. So it is also an uniquely identifying row, but it is in another table. I can call it as a child table, which is my sales information. Okay, so not, yes.
How it is possible in foreign key the null value?
That's what I was telling. If you go for Mintra,
I agree with your example, this is fine, but coming back to that one, because when you say primary to foreign key relationship, primary will never accept the null, right?
Primary key will accept never null, yes.
So then in that case, then the relationship, to maintain the relationship between primary and foreign, parent and child, the child table should always have the same value that is there in the primary key. So if primary
Yes.
key is null, not null, then it should not be a null, right?
See, one thing is in primary key, as I told, customer ID cannot be null. For every customer, you have to have an ID. That is why my primary constraint comes into picture. Let us take a scenario. In Mintra, you can purchase a product without user ID. It is possible. In that case, that person will not have an user ID. So for sure, he can be present, right?
But there is no in Mitra's case, there is no relationship between the two tables, right? Because the relationship is breaking, right? The foreign key and primary parent and child relationship will not be there, right? Because
If the
they,
I, yeah, tell me.
because because the null is not there in the parent table, but the null is there in the child table, right? In Mitra's
Okay.
case.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, we can't say that. I mean, parent-child relationship is there between these two tables.
See, yes, what I would say is you are like a bit of correct. Like what you would tell is here it can be null. It can be null. Foreign key can be null. Okay. But that value null will not be present in primary key. That is acceptable. But I'm telling the scenario is possible. That is what I'm telling you. Either if it is there, it should come from the primary key. If not, foreign key can be null. But in that case, it is not coming from the primary key. It is just telling that it is a new customer or a guest customer who is ordering it, but that is need not be present in the primary key. The relationship may be failed, primary key and foreign key, but the concept here is I'm telling foreign key accepts null. Is it clear?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
See, let's take a simple example. You have a primary key, you have a foreign key. Primary key is all the customers. Whoever is purchasing from this table, their account will be, their ID will be mapped with a primary key and foreign key. They will be making sales. This is an
Yeah.
Amazon. Let us take a different example, Myntra. So if you go for Myntra, a customer can purchase a sale without even having a details. That case, his
Yeah.
ID will be null. So now you
Yes.
are arguing that this null, why it is not present in primary key if it is a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Yes.
scenario is possible, but this null is not mapped with a binary key. The relationship is breaking. As you told, the
In that,
relationship is breaking, but the objective here is foreign key can accept null, primary key cannot accept null.
yeah, I agree, Santosh. But the thing that in the second case, where you are saying that in Mitra's case, I cannot say that whole column is a foreign key relationship column because anyway it is not adhering to the rule, right? Then
Yeah,
you can't say
so
that it is a foreign key, right?
yes, it is not a relationship only for those it is not present, whoever has purchased. But for what about other things? Who already have an account, they will be mapped with a primary key, right?
Yeah.
Okay, see, forget about the null, like whoever has not purchased. But what about the other people who have already registered with Myntra? They've already purchased. They are purchasing. They will definitely have the relationship. So null means they can be a customer who is just doing with respect to like sales without even having an account. But the thing is, always try to understand the mapping will be there. If the mapping is breaking, means something like all these scenarios will come, like all the sales which have they made without even having an account. Those type of things will come.
Sir, one thing.
Yeah.
If we register only, then we can get into the primary key. If we do not register, then how we will get into the primary key? So there is no relationship between primary and foreign key.
If you don't register, you can still purchase it. Okay, you can still purchase it. You can.
What I am saying is, so without registering, we are purchasing, then we are able to get our data in the foreign key. So there is no relation between, right?
What if you have already registered it? Still, you can file
If
the
we
relationship.
if we already registered, then only we can in the primary key. If we did not register, then how? I'm saying there is no relation when we are not registered.
When you have not registered, I wouldn't say there is no relationship because it is already having the registered people as well. It is having combination of registered people as well as not registered people.
I'm saying our unique, I mean our unique ID, for our unique ID, when we are not registered, then we do not in primary key, right?
When you have not registered, yeah, you need not be in a primary key. Yes, that is accepted. Yes.
Yeah. Then there is no relation between primary and foreign key, right?
If you have not registered, yes, this agrees. Yes.
If we did not register, then there is no relation between primary and foreign key, right? If we register, then there occurs.
Correct. If you have registered, you will find the link. If you have not registered, it will be null. And that null you are telling it will not be present in a primary key. Yes, this is acceptable answer. But also make sure that whoever has registered is also present. It's not only that unregistered people are present. So it's like a combination of relationship, right?
I think as someone previously asked, right? For that only I'm telling, because he is
Yeah,
asking a relation, so that I'm telling.
yeah, correct. So that's what I'm telling. If you have created a foreign, like if you have created a one child table, that table, it can be having registered as well as unregistered. So registered means they will be present in the primary key table. Unregistered, it will be null.
So are you saying that, Santosh, are you saying that the unregistered data can be inserted into the foreign key table without, and with even the relationship is there? That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, you can insert a
Oh,
null.
If you don't mind,
okay.
foreign key will giving us the sales results only.
Yes, correct. If you have sales related
So,
information, you
so
can
our data
register.
will be registered in the foreign key without registration also. That is the thing.
Yes, yes, correct. I'll show you an example. When you go for practical, maybe you will understand better.
Yeah,
This is just
sure.
a theory class. We'll go to the
Yeah,
practical session. You will understand. Okay.
yeah.
Now, yeah. So once you've seen this foreign key, let us go for the next one. This is check. As I told, age cannot be minus 12, age cannot be 5, age cannot be 17. As per my Amazon, minimum age should be less than or equal to 18. I will put some condition. Ensures that all values satisfy some condition. That condition is nothing but my greater or less than symbol equal to 18. Okay, and one more thing, my first name cannot be same as last name. This cannot happen. That also I'll put in a check condition. That also I'll put in check condition. Something conditions, if I'm good putting, like age should be greater than 18, it should not be negative number, something like that, I will go and use check constraint. Okay, and something, if you don't enter anything, suppose I'm the entire data I'm maintaining for India Amazon users, I did not give the location as India always. I can't keep on giving India. No need to give. If you just give a default as India, the complete data, whenever there is no value specified, it will, suppose someone is entering null, it will go and enter as India. So because my default value is India, because I know that completely I'll be working with an India data set. So that is what, when someone is not giving a location, for example, he is from Bangalore, he is from Mumbai, obviously he is from India only. That is what my default value is. The country will always be India because I'm dealing with only India data. If you want that specific values, you can always go and give default value. You can always go and give default value. So not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check and default are all the constraints which I will be giving to make sure that we don't have this type of problem. Phone number, address, name, ID. Sorry?
In case of a check, we can also apply that one to the character.
In case of check, yeah, you can
Check.
apply check. You can apply check. Tomorrow we'll see. Tomorrow we are going to see the practicals of constraints, where you will be applying all the constraints and we will be seeing it. Today we have just seen the theory of constraints. Tomorrow we will implement it practically. I'll be showing an example of how you can create the mappings.
So
All good?
So finally, don't forget to share the comments.
Yeah, that I'll share it every day. You need not
Thank
worry
you so
about
much.
it. Every day I'll be sharing that.
So that we can do practice.
Yes, for sure I will do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Santosh.